No one in Varnova spoke about Platform 7 after midnight, not because it was forbidden, but because those who didn't remain the same.
On a cold autumn night, Elias Novak arrived at the abandoned Varnova station. He was a journalist from Prague, chasing rumors of a ghost train said to appear only at 1:13 a.m., a train that had no schedule, no driver, and no destination, yet carried passengers every night. Most called it superstition. Elias called it a story worth risking his life for. The station was silent, wrapped in fog so thick it swallowed the tracks whole. The old clock above. Platform 7 was Brokenite's hands frozen at exactly 1:30. Elias checked his watch. La 1:12. A distant sound broke the silence. A train horn. Long, low, longe. It didn't echo, it lingered, as if the sound itself refused to die. Then, from the fog, it appeared. A black train. Its metal body was rusted, yet glistened as though wet with fresh rain. The windows were dimly lit from within, but the light flickered like dying candles. No driver sat in the front cabin, yet the train stopped perfectly before him. The doors creaked open.
Elias hesitated. Every instinct screamed at him to run, but curiosity is a dangerous hunger. He stepped inside. The air was cold, unnaturally cold. His breath came out in thick white clouds. The interior looked older than the station itself, lined with torn velvet seats and wooden panels carved with symbols. Elias couldn't recognize. And the passengers. They sat silently, too silently. A woman in a red dress stared out the window, unmoving, even though there was nothing but darkness outside. An old man clutched a suitcase so tightly his fingers looked fused to the handle. A child sat alone, humming softly, but the tune felt distorted, like it didn't belong to this world. None of them blinked. None of them acknowledged Elias. The doors slammed shut. The train began to move. But something was wrong. Elias looked out the window. The tracks were gone. The train was moving through nothing. A void. A shifting darkness filled with shadows that moved on their own. A voice crackled through the overhead speaker. Next stop. Regret. Elias frowned. Regret. The old man across from him suddenly whispered, his lips barely moving. First time. Elias nodded slowly. The old man's eyes shifted toward him, completely white. No one gets off at their first stop. The lights flickered violently. The train screeched to a halt. The doors opened. Outside was not a station. It was a memory. Elias saw himself, years younger, standing beside his younger brother near a river. He watched as the memory replayed. The moment he had pushed his brother during an argument. The fall. The silence. The body drifting away. Elias stumbled back. No, this isn't real. But the child on the train began to hum louder. And suddenly, the passengers turned. All of them. Their eyes now fixed on Elias. Face it, the woman in red whispered. Her jaw cracked as she spoke, stretching too wide. You brought it with you. The doors slammed shut again. The train moved. Faster now. Too fast. The walls began to pulse like something alive. The voice returned. Next stop. Guilt. The child stopped humming and spoke. You shouldn't have come. Elias ran toward the exit, but the doors had vanished. The windows turned black. The passengers began to stand. Their bodies moved unnaturally, joints bending the wrong way, heads twitching violently. The old man smiled. His mouth split open far beyond human limits. No one leaves, he said. We are the passengers now. The train slowed once more. Final stop. The voice hissed. Acceptance. The doors opened. This time, it wasn't a memory. It was darkness. Endless. Hungry. Waiting. Elias felt something pulling him forward. Hands. Cold. Invisible hands dragging him toward the open doors. He screamed, clawing at the seats, the walls, but everything felt soft, like rotting flesh. The passengers surrounded him, whispering, laughing, crying, all at once. And then, silence. The next morning, the Varnova station was empty, except for one thing. A notebook. Elias's notebook. On its final page, written in shaky, uneven letters. The train doesn't take you somewhere. It takes something from you. And when it's done, you become part of the journey. That night, at exactly 1:13 a.m., the train returned. And this time, there was a new passenger, sitting quietly, staring out the window, waiting for someone else to step inside.